All right, last week we went around the exterior of our rig to show you what we have. And this week we're going through the interior to show you what we have. Not going to show you every single item, but just going to show you the things that we use and that we use a lot and that we think will be helpful to you. First of all, if you see me getting really warm, it's because we have all the doors and windows closed because we are in an RV park right now and there are a lot of kids playing around and screaming and having a great time. So wanted you to be able to hear me. So I might be a little warm in this video. All right, so the first thing we're gonna start with is Velcro strips. And I just wanted to show you, I have a wide variety of Velcro strips. These are really good for hanging items, so they come in different strengths. You can get some that hold up to 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds. The reason we have this is because I don't like clutter. My mother raised me to not like clutter. She's the cleanest person that I know. And I've kind of followed suit with that. So the Velcro strips are really handy. Like you can see here, we have, I don't know if you can see that, maybe I'll turn the light on. So these are the chargers for our GoPros, and instead of having that hanging around on the countertop, I have Velcroed it to the wall. Another one that I Velcroed because it was driving me crazy was our power strip underneath where we work. So Dave and I work at this dinette here. This is where our computers go, so everything gets plugged in here. And there is a strip down there for all of our items, like our computers and our phones and our hotspot and everything. And it was under our feet and driving me crazy. So I thought, why not Velcro it up? And so it's great. It's out of the way now. The other thing that we Velcro is art. And so this is really lightweight. We were never going to put anything on our walls that's really heavy because as you're driving down the road, those things might fall off and we don't want that. So we even have a really nice painting that I'll show you in a minute that I replaced the glass with plastic and I replaced the really nice frame with just a little, plastic frame so that it's really, really lightweight. But it's nice to be able to decorate just a little bit. Like I said, I don't like clutter, so we just have a couple of items, some little plants. These ones are plastic, and then I actually have a real plant too that I haven't killed yet over here. Now, if you see these, a lot of people ask me about these, and these are for flowers. You can fill these with water, but I was having to replace them so often and spend money on fresh flowers, so I just bought some plastic flowers, stuck them to the wall. Now as we're going down the road, our flowers stay on the wall, which is really nice. Another item that I wanted to talk about really briefly is our crock pot. So we have a crock pot up there, which is great. Good for making meals. You throw your ingredients in the morning. Didn't know if I'd use a crock pot on the road, but I use it. Also, we have this printer. So we will put the link in the description of the video for this printer. I'm not even sure if they still sell it or whatnot, but it's a small printer because there are a lot of times when we actually need to print something out. So we have a little printer that we use, which is really nice. This Ottoman is a lifesaver. So it's going to open the other way here. But having an Ottoman, first of all, you have somewhere to put your feet, right? When you're relaxing on the couch, but it's storage. And you really need storage. So inside, we have all kinds of things. We have our winter jackets in here, which is really nice because we don't have to hang them on the walls and just it kind of looks junky that way. We have a few Christmas decorations in here. We have our music songbooks, and then we have these. So these are rods that you can change the length of. And I don't know what you call this, but they're spring loaded. And so these are for the refrigerator when we move down the road. And I'll just show you those in the refrigerator. These are really important because I've heard of a lot of RVers who are going down the roads and their fridge doors sometimes even come open. So you don't want grocery items flying around while you're going down the road. So I'm going to show you in the refrigerator right now. All right, I'll open this side, turn that on. Okay, so I put a couple in there so you could see how they work. They just come off. I already have them adjusted. I just keep them at the length they need to be. And I just slip them in when we're ready to go down the road. So I have a couple in there right now. There you go. Those things are imperative. Imperative. I also have a really nice little spice rack in here. Oh, I didn't go through this beforehand, but anyway, this spice rack is really nice because it just pulls out. So that's a space saver right there. What else do I have here that I can show you? Oh, I forgot to talk about bins. So this is a catch-all bin. Would it be nice if this wasn't here and every item was in its spot in the drawers? Yes, but you know how when you just come in the house, you throw things on the counter, especially Dave, that's what he does. So this is basically for Dave to throw all of his stuff in. Works really nicely, and then when we travel down the road, we just put it in this other basket and we put it underneath the table. So in there we have items like CDs and cards, so marketing materials and things, stickers. That's what we have in there. We just keep it up there when we're stationary, and when we go down the road, it goes away. Welcome to another healthy living tip with Jacqueline. Today, my healthy living tip is branch out. So just because you're following a healthy diet does not mean that you cannot try different things. Today, I made something that I've been wanting to make for a very long time. It's pizza, as you can see. But this pizza, the crust is not a cauliflower crust. This is made with ground chicken. So ground chicken mixed with some Parmesan cheese, eggs, put onto parchment paper, you bake it in the oven, and then when the crust is done, you add some marinara sauce. You can add tomatoes. I added some turkey pepperoni, and then I added some more cheese to it. Threw it back in for another 10 minutes, and voila, look at that pizza. Doesn't that look amazing? So Dave and I are gonna try this, and we'll see if we like it. I'm guessing we will, but if we don't, we'll let you know. So just branching out today, trying something new. Remember, a healthy diet does not have to be boring. And that is another healthy living tip with Jacqueline. All right, come on to the bathroom. All right. Not going to show you a whole lot in the bathroom, but one thing I wanted to show you are the candles. So these work as a night light. Ooh, let me turn the light off. There you go. Match my decor. But the reason I like these so much is because they are battery operated. They have AAAs or AA's in there. And then we're not using our power because we're big time boondockers and we do have solar power, but I like to have these running at nighttime so that we can see, and it can set some ambiance too. So the fact that they have batteries works perfectly. Oh, I do have one more thing in here I wanted to talk about. These screens, these little drain screens, these are fantastic. Now, you have a gray tank. So it's not like when you're in a house in a sticks and bricks, everything goes down the drain and it just magically disappears. Here you have to dump that, and so it's being held in your tank. So you really don't want food items and everything going down your drain. So I have this in the kitchen sink and I have it in the bathroom sink as well. They're not very expensive. Again, we'll put the link in the description if you want to get some of these. Really, really nice to have. Oh, you want to see that? There you go. Perfect. Oh, I didn't mention that we have a nice bucket in our kitchen sink. So we also have one in here. Let's pick that up. This is the bucket that we have. Now, this is to collect water. The kitchen sink one is really, really good. We use that all the time because our sink in there is quite big. So having a smaller bin to collect water makes you use less water. Like I said, we're big time boondockers, so we want to save the water that we have on board. Same goes for the shower. As much water as we can get in here while we're showering. And then when you flush the toilet, it goes with the flushing. So you don't have to use all that water when you flush. All right. If you see anything that you want me to talk about, let me know.
I think she means me.
I do. Okay. More Velcro strips. I've mentioned this before. I'm a huge hat person. Dave is too. He has hats up in the kitchen, but I like to hang all of my hats. So here I have a bunch of different ones and I can decide which hats that I want to wear. So I have my sun hat, cowboy hats, all of my caps and everything, and they're all Velcroed. I also have a picture here of my family, which is nice to bring along. So my parents back in the, gosh, that would have been the 80s. And then my daughter, my son. Yeah. More candles here as well. So let's go back out here. More art on the wall. And then I was quickly going to show you the bin I was talking about. Now look at the size of our sink. That's a big sink, right? So this bin is basically 3/4 of the size, and then we just fill the bottom and wash the dishes that way, so we're not using as much water that way. And this is the picture I was talking about earlier where I took out the glass. We also have a paper towel holder. That saves space. It's off the counter. Like I said, less clutter, because this is just stuck up here. I just got this on Amazon. It's stuck up underneath the cabinet, and there's our paper towel. So we don't have to worry about having it on the counter. One more small tip. This is where we have our frying pans. They're stacked on one another, and we just throw some paper towel in between them so that they don't scratch, because again, you're bumping down the road, so things are moving and sliding down the road. Which brings me to another thing, and that is these rubber, or I guess silicone mats right here. Can you see that? Oh, it's kind of dirty under there. Guess I have to take everything out and clean it. But these are basically on there so that things don't slide around when you're going down the road. So they're really grippy. And then we have, you know, some regular glass stuff in here, and none of this breaks or really slides or anything. So perfect. All right, and the same goes for our crock pot. Again, everything for the crock pot is inside of it, but there's paper towel on the bottom because we don't want to scratch it up. And again, when things are going down the road, they're sliding around. So we want to make sure that it does not get scratched. I would also recommend having a big trash can. When we first went out on the road, we had these tiny little bags for our trash, didn't really know where to put them, and honestly, you go through way more trash than you think. So we have a big trash can here, and we just tuck it away under the dining room table when we're traveling. We have a broom. We couldn't find a place to put our broom because we don't have a long closet. So I just stuffed it over here in the corner, but you need to have a broom because you're living in the outdoors. There's dirt everywhere. So I'm sweeping, I don't know how many times a day, or Dave's sweeping. And then this mat that we have, I don't know what it's made out of, but everything sweeps off of there. You know, I've never had to wash that. All the dirt just comes right off. I can sweep right on top of it. It's the perfect mat. They knew what they were doing. One item that we find really, really handy is a small little vacuum cleaner. We just keep it up here. This is our Dyson, and man, this thing is powerful. So it has several attachments to it. Just got to charge it once in a while. This opens up and dumps the dirt right there. But wow, yeah, this is great to have. Obviously, we don't have the room to carry around a big vacuum cleaner. And for those of you with pets, you'll want to have one because you'll be vacuuming probably every day. So the Dyson handheld vacuum cleaner. I feel like I'm doing a commercial. But this has been great. Maybe one thing to mention is that we have a hotspot. So we just got Starlink and we've used it a little bit, but we've been in some really wooded areas. So we've still been using our Verizon Jetpack, and that has saved us on several occasions. So having a jetpack to use as a hotspot, imperative when you're doing Zooms. All right, you guys, I hope there were some things in this video that you found helpful. If you have any questions at all, any comments, go ahead and place them in the comments below, and we hope to see you out here.
See you out here.